Hello! Welcome to my Minecraft Hardcore Survival series. In today's episode, I'm gonna beat the game. Today, I'm gonna beat the Ender Dragon. In order to do that, I need to get some Ender Pearls. Find the fortress in the Nether in order to kill blazes, so they can provide me with blaze rods that I will turn into blaze powder and craft Eye of Ender. It will lead me to the end, where I can finally beat the Ender Dragon. In previous episodes, I got full diamond gear and totems of undying, so now I'm ready to go to the Nether. Don't forget to check out my previous episodes if you haven't seen them. Now we need to go deeper. The portal from my island seemed to spawn me in the Nether waste biome. I'm not afraid of the Nether, but it can be a pretty dangerous place. I noticed Crimson Forest nearby, very useful if you need some Crimson Woods for future builds. And also I want to trade all my gold with Piglins. That's one of the way to get Ender Pearls. But first, let's kill the enemies. I don't want to be attacked by casts. Having both in the Nether is extremely useful. You can slide down from any height and don't get any damage. Immediately, I noticed the bastion. They have a lot of valuable loot inside, but it's the most dangerous place in the game. I don't think I'm ready to go there yet, so I'll better trade with the local piglins. Apart from Ender Pearls, they have a chance to give fire resistance, the most essential potion for your Nether trip, but the chances are really low. I traded all my gold, but I needed more. So I noticed this pile of gold in the bastion. No one seems to use it, so I decided to grab it. I put myself in a box for a little bit of privacy with my gold and immediately proceed to trade it. After trading everything, I got only 4 Ender Pearls and 3 potions of fire resistance. Just enough to help me in traversing the Nether. Immediately I got attacked by this ghast, but it's not something I cannot deal with. Don't worry, Piglin, I'll protect you. I have very powerful bow. Now it was time to find the fortress. First, I decided to go towards the Soul Sand Valley. Finding the fortress there would be very lucky. Maybe not today, but when I decide to fight wizard skeletons, to beat the wizard and get a beacon. Also now, I would be happy to find any fortress. Traversing the Nether is not so easy. It has this irregular terrain with a lot of floating lava, and at any time you get attacked by mobs. After a long walk, I found the Warp Forest. It's known to have a lot of Endermen that, thanks to my looting sword, can provide me with a bunch of Ender Pearls. But finding a fortress wasn't easy. It took really long time. I was going for thousands of blocks and couldn't find it. I don't know, I thought I was out of luck, but giving up wasn't an option. I really wanted to beat the game today, so at last I have found a Nether fortress. And actually, not one, 2 fortresses next to each other. It was finally time to check on some fire resistance potion, throw this Ender Pearl to get a bit closer to my target, swim in lava, so it's warm. That's the reason why you actually need fire resistance. And finally, I broke inside the terrible fortress. Can someone tell me why is it terrible? I don't think so. Let's check out and decide for ourselves. I found Blaze roaming around and immediately killed it. With my looting sword, I immediately got a lot of blaze rods, so I'm sure I will collect enough pretty fast. Inside the fortress I found this nether wart. It's an essential ingredient for the potion brewing. And of course I got attacked by these skeletons. But I knew the trick. Wizard skeletons are 3 blocks tall, so if you put some blocks above your head in the corridors, they won't be able to attack you. And you can easily defeat them. They have a chance to drop a head that you can use to spawn a wizard, to beat it and get a beacon. But I guess I wasn't so lucky this time. Maybe in the next episode. Eventually I found this blaze spawner and made sure to farm as many blaze rods as possible before I ran out of fire resistance. At last I was ready to get back home, but I didn't want to traverse back all this way, so I decided to go through this shortcut through the nether roof. Don't worry, I got plenty of obsidian. And just like that, I was ready to beat the game. In hardcore mode. Actually, I never done that before, so it's a real challenge for me. After a little bit of preparation, I threw the Eye of Ender to show me the way. This is the way. Because I live on the island, all the way to the Stronghold was completely through the ocean. It was very easy to traverse, and the view during this journey was so amazing. The Eye of Ender has led me to this coast of cool-looking mesa biome. Soon I found the correct chunk that would lead me to the Stronghold. The Eye of Ender went straight down. I decided to dig down as well, but I forgot one simple rule. Don't dig straight down in Minecraft. This is the moment where I almost lost my hardcore world. I dug straight down in the sand and I completely forgot that I don't have any solid blocks in my inventory. Zombies and husks were falling on me, and I was trapped. I wanted to tower up, but I couldn't. This husk didn't let me. Also, he gave me this hunger effect. Also, my sword had fire aspect. It was very effective at burning zombies, but I got on fire as well. To be honest, at this point, I panicked, and I thought it was the end of my hardcore world. Finally, I have successfully towered up, but my unluck didn't finish there. I was attacked by spider as well. It was lucky the water was nearby, so I had a moment to cool down and think about my options. So this time I made sure to grab some solid blocks, and I tried to dig down again, but this time I made sure to plug the hole. And this time it didn't take much to find Stronghold. Now I needed to find portal room, because I was ready to go to the end. Stronghold structure may be very confusing. It consists of many corridors and rooms, but I was so lucky. I couldn't believe I found the portal room so fast. It was literally straight shot. Believe me, in past it would take me like half an hour to find it, but today it was my lucky day. Kind of. After breaking silverfish spawner, it's quite annoying. I found that the portal had 0 eyes. It's actually way below average. Good thing that I was prepared and I had plenty of ender pearls and extra blaze rods. I built nether portal to return here later. I got plenty of slow falling and strength potions. So finally I was ready to go to the end and face the ender dragon. I activated the portal by placing all the ender eyes in the portal frame and drank my slow falling potion just in case. Also, I made sure to have ender pearls in my inventory, and then I went through. To be honest, my heart has stopped here. This falling animation, like you fall into the void, feels like you will fall and die and lose your hardcore world forever. It's just a visual bug, but still, was pretty nervous. But enough with that. It was time I would beat the game. First, I would start from shooting down these towers. These obsidian towers have end crystals on top, and they regenerate dragon's health. There is no point in beating dragon if it can regenerate its health. Immediately I got approached by locals. I have no idea what he wanted, but he was on fire. Anyway, I decided to beat the dragon with bow and sword. I know many people prefer bad method, but for me it's just too messy. Maybe I can do it another time. Now I needed to shoot down the towers. And to be honest, I had very good bow and more than enough arrows. Shooting the crystals is quite easy, especially on shorter towers. Higher towers are a little bit problematic, but not impossible. And even caged ones are so easy, if you know precisely where to aim. Just like that. And soon after, all the towers were gone, and I was ready to deal with dragon itself. But first I wanted to collect some dragon's breath. I would get an achievement, but also it can be useful later, to make lingering potions and tipped arrows. Do you know that you can collect dragon's breath right from the dragon's mouth? Of course, you have to be very reckless to do that. Wouldn't recommend if you don't have slow falling. Dragon can easily eat you in the air. Dragon, I noticed this purple breath of yours. When last time have you been to the dentist? Oh, understood. I guess you don't have insurance. Sorry for that. And finally, the last battle began. And that's how I beat the Minecraft. And that's how I got the victory. Yep, the dragon was gone and I was showering in XP. It was a long journey, but finally I have achieved it. And you know what? It felt good. I beat the Minecraft. But do you think this is the end? No, it's just the beginning. It is day 92 of my hardcore world. And there was still so much to do. So my next step was to get wings. I found remote getaway, and I went through using this trapdoor method. It will lead me to remote islands in the end. And there, I would need to search for end cities that have a lot of valuable loot, and first of all, elytra. First, I grabbed horus fruits and flowers, so I can use them later. Then I towered up, and I put my render distance as high as possible, as much as my computer could handle. It wasn't too much with my potato computer, but I immediately found end city with a boat. Can you believe my luck? It was so close, and most important, it had elytra. Of course, city itself was very small, but there was second city on the horizon. Without any delay, I went straight to the ship. That's where elytra is hidden. Immediately I got attacked by the shulker, but it wasn't any threat for me, especially with my looted sword. And I got first shulker shell, to make shulker boxes to get all the loot from this city. But let's not jump ahead too much. First, elytra. Now I got my wings, and the sky is only the limit. This is literally game changing. I think Minecraft with elytra is not the same game as without, and I'm genuinely excited to explore my beautiful world with these wings. So, what's inside this chest? The loot isn't impressive at all. But it doesn't matter, I would grab it anyway. Oh, and before I forgot, I brought mending and unbreaking book with me, and one anvil, so I could immediately enchant my elytra, so it wouldn't break too fast and I could repair it as well. Also, I did not forget about rockets, so I could explore even more cities on my way. To be honest, my first city was very small and the second city didn't look much better either. Luckily, it had a couple of loot chests. And surprisingly, on the horizon I noticed a third city. Do you know how lucky is it to find 3 cities in a row? Quite incredible if you ask me. I really hope that one will be bigger. While shooting shulkers, I was always holding my sword in the offhand to get the looting effect from the sword. I don't know how, but somehow it works. So I could get more shulker shells to fit more of the treasures that I can find. I had full protection for diamond armor, but I can't resist collecting all the loot from these cities. It's just so exciting. To my surprise, third city had a boat, which means spare elytra. It will be of great use to me, of course, in case I need to do any extra long travels. And no loot will left behind, of course, except for beetroot seeds, probably. After looting 3 cities, I went back, and I didn't forget to grab this dragon egg. I wonder. It says next generation when you grab it. Why does it say so? You cannot hatch it. Then it was time to go through the portal. I think now it's considered to be beating the game. I'm not sure where exactly do you draw that line, but to me it's quite satisfactory. Hey, I spawned in a bed with my villagers. I think I surprised them quite a bit, and they were impressed with my cool new wings. What do you think? Hey Golem, what do you think about my new cool wings? I bet you like them. Yep, I think so too. It was day 95 of my Minecraft hardcore world, and I decided to finally start to build my starter house. I know you will say it's quite late, but everyone has its own pace in-game. I decided to do this build quite simple, and I got my inspiration from Japanese-style builds. I used spruce as a frame and sandstone as a walls. I got plenty of sandstone when I was digging this hill in previous episode. The roof is made from wood material. Honestly, it's one of my favorite colors and one of my favorite blocks in the game. And it has very good contrast with sandstone. I didn't want to have any rooms inside. I wanted my design to be very simple and accessible. And same goes about doors. I just made some archways, because I wanted my house to be so accessible that I can fly in and out with elytra. And of course I'm not worried about enemies. I made sure to light up my island well enough, so nothing can spawn and hurt me or blow up my house. So having house without doors may be weird, but it's very comfortable. Inside I had plenty of space for second floor. I chose acacia wood as separation. It has very good contrast with other colors in this house. But the most important part is actually a storage unit. That's where I will probably spend like 90% of my time in this house. Since it is only a starter area, I didn't need any complicated setups. I'm planning to do automatic storage system in my mega base, if I ever get to that point. Also, I got smelting and brewing area. Having them right next to the storage is actually quite handy. Remember, I didn't have much time to build this house. It's only the beginning and for sure it will be modified. I fell in love with this beautiful island and I have so many ideas, but it takes time. So if you want to follow me on this journey, please subscribe and comment down below if you have any good ideas. I hope I can survive much longer in this world. And to be honest, I'm quite confident I can. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate and tune in if you want to see more of Minecraft Hardcore.